maybe Lydia? Lydia.
Well, she wanted to.
We're going to start with you, okay? We're going to do a little video? Yeah.
So tell us where we are, first of all, huh?
We are in the middle of this large pile that I like to call the Alternative Housing Alliance.
Okay.
It's off of Wood Street in 20th.
Okay.
I've been living here for about 5 years.
Okay.
Collecting interesting things.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Well, what's happening? Why are we kind of all bunched up?
So Caltrans and the sheriff this morning came without any unlawful container, disassembled my fence, disassembled Kelly's fence, and started just shoveling all of our shit into the dumpster.
Wow. Wow. And so that came with no notice or with some notice?
Well, technically they did give us notice, but it wasn't the illegal unlawful container, which is what's required by law for them
Face
to
down.
Illegally seize our property
Right.
before the amendment.
Right. But so for listeners and viewers who don't know, we're on the area of Cobb on Wood. This is occupied Uchin, Olodi Lashan territory. But you guys have been in a resistance movement to take back this stolen land for a minute. What's the most current thing? Who owns this shit?
And the ground here is was covered before the bulldozers came with petroglyphs, Native American petroglyphs that I think are so far undiscovered by organized archaeologists. It's hard to tell that one's not dusted off, but these were carved. They look the same as 10,000-year-old similar petroglyphs from other continents.
Wow. Well, there's that. And then what corporate developer thinks that they, quote, own this? Do you want to?
Yeah, so Leah and I and folks from the Cobb on Wood and EFAM and artist building communities and other support teams, folks here, the residents here at the Commons, have been, really trying to hold it down for quite a while. There's different swaths of land that are owned by different people. Right now we're in what Caltrans calls Zone 2.
So this is California state-owned land.
And it's been, over these past few years, there have been lots of different moments of tension where Caltrans says, okay, we're going to come in, we're going to kick everybody out, and the cat and mouse game continues. People get pushed from state land onto city land. Then people that are newly, displaced in city land, okay, there's a sweep, and folks have to come back over to state land.
They want us off the street.
Yeah.
Right.
And as we know, so many of the residents that live here at Wood Street, which is one of the largest encampments of in-house people on the whole West Coast, people were told to come here.
Police told me to come to Wood Street.
Really?
In my RV. After they towed my first RV, the second RV that they also illegally towed and sold at auction when they towed it was destroyed. 20 other people's RVs in a sting about 3 years ago was right next to Raymond Park that everybody was congregated around because there was a water source there.
Wow.
And the police had actually told me to come to Wood Street and that I wouldn't get towed.
Wow.
And so the latest with Caltrans is that we have been in a relatively cooperative relationship with it for about the past 6 months since the last time we tried to clear and close the camp. And they actually hosted a listening session and brought in an outside facilitator.
Right.
Hearing our demands.
Right.
All evidently meant nothing. Was
Right.
just as performative as we thought it was.
Right.
Resulting in this notice about a week ago, we got an email from Cheryl Chambers, the director of external affairs of Caltrans, and she basically said we're
Okay.
sorry.
No problem. Go ahead, hon.
And then refused to really communicate with us. I just tried calling her this morning. She answered the phone, said, "Don't call me again."
What?
This is a public agency who's treating people in this way and going completely back on their word, negotiating in poor faith.
So, here we are. The struggle continues. The resistance continues. Tomorrow, Caltrans will be back here at 9 a.m. and so will we, to support the sovereignty of Lydia, of Kelly, of other residents.
There are more than 30.
Wait, say that again, huh?
There's between 30 and 50 residents in this phase 2 area that they're planning to clear this week.
Wow.
And so finding a way for them to remain, sovereign their belongings respected, having their homes and their homefulness respected.
Right.
So, we're calling on folks to come and support and stand in solidarity with these residents and really just stand on the right side of history.
Right.
And as we see poor people, as we see, our brothers and sisters, our relatives that live in all sorts of ways.
Right. Right.
Criminalized for living in a way that they choose.
Right.
And we want to say that it's not okay to criminalize people in this way, and it's not okay to think that it's them, these large state agencies that have jurisdiction over this land and over these people. And we want to build a culture of resistance and sovereignty, and we want to protect the homes that have been built.
Right.
There's the many tiny homes that were built by artist building communities that are under threat.
Then actually, they just kind of escalated things by posting this notice of encroachment. So basically what this means is that we are no longer, for sure no longer in collaboration, because now it's a misdemeanor legal action. If it says various illegal structures built under frontage road bridge, if those are not removed, then there's going to be the prosecution for a misdemeanor as provided by law. So now we are continuing to criminalize the way that people create solutions to house themselves when no other resources or support systems are available.
Right on. So you heard it, family. Come down here to basically 18th, 20th and Wood, or 18th and Wood. 9 a.m. tomorrow. 9 a.m. tomorrow. 4 News Network. Wait.